Okay, guys, let's do this. Great to see you all here today. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, a couple of housekeeping rules. Mics are going to be muted. Videos will be switched off for all the attendees. Now, keeping in mind that the Q&A functionality is going to be open for all. So we will share answers as and when we can to the questions, but otherwise, just the answers are going to be sent to everybody afterwards. Now, with this webinar, we want to showcase AI. For many, this is daunting. But for us at VR, it's riveting stuff. It's keeping us at the edge of our seats. R1 is here. And with it comes great features, so much functionality. And then, come on, guys, of course, the new UI. But more about that in just a bit. We've got the VR product statement. And it's very similar to what you guys are used to in the Workday world, the safe harbor statements. So let's do maybe a quick round of intros, just to let you know who are the presenters of the webinar today. I'll kick off with myself. My name is Mariette Pretorius, and I'm a lead enterprise architect at VirtualResource. And I started my Workday career, back in 2013. Now, I still stand amazed at the evolution of this platform, and we're going to highlight that yet again today. But let me hand over to my two co-pilots for today to introduce themselves. Over to you, Stini.
Good day, everyone. My name is Stini, and I have the privilege of consulting with the incredible team at VirtualResource. We are truly excited to be here with you today and to guide you through this session. With that, I'd like to hand over to Ulrika.
Hi there, everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm Ulrika, and I've been part of the Workday ecosystem for about 7 years. I'm currently a senior consultant at VR. Let's move on to the next slide, where we'll explore all things VR. So to customers visiting Rising, VR is known for their glitzy purple jackets that stand out in the crowd, their emoji stickers, and their rocking personalities. We have a quirky side to us, that's for sure. But when it comes down to our customers, we provide end-to-end solutions designed to enhance their experience and to drive automation, enabling rapid global and local adoption. We have 80 active projects and a team of 180 plus experienced consultants all around the globe, each averaging over 6 years of expertise. We deliver scalable support across 180 countries. We proudly serve 20 clients, supporting more than 2 million people worldwide. On our next slide, we'll explore our brands. So we offer infinite possibilities across 3 distinct service groups. VR Services delivers deep expertise across HCM, finance, and AMS, ensuring seamless operations and a customer-centric delivery. Incubane provides innovative tech services, driving modernization and agility. There are most probably people in the audience today that have attended one of their groundbreaking webinars recently. And then VRTS focuses on transformation services and supports clients end-to-end, from advisory to AI readiness and responsible HR transformation. Wherever you are on your journey, we've got you covered. And on that note, let's get you covered with AI. Over to you, Stini.
So the next 45 minutes will be jam-packed with information around AI tools, the importance of a digital roadmap, and a look into our own Incubane agent. You can keep your mobile phones ready to scan a couple of QR codes along the way. Should you have any questions after the session, you can find us on LinkedIn, or you can check out our website, or leave us a note in the chat and we will touch base with you. I want to kick off with something cool. Something that's most probably on all of your radars as R1 looms in the coming weeks. So as of the 31st of January, the new Workday Experience user interface was rolled out. It's a modernized interface and there is no change to the core functionality. It's a much cleaner and cohesive look for both desktop and mobile. So what will be some of the immediate things that you notice? So the new sidebar gives users quick access to key pages and applications with a single click, which improves efficiency. And this will also help employees and managers get to their everyday tasks faster. So the new search bar is prominently positioned as the primary entry point in your face, your first view as you land on the Workday homepage. It also offers customers the opportunity for custom branding, including color application and background glow treatments. But when and how will this changeover happen? Well, I have some good news for you. This is already available in your tenant since the 31st of January if you opt in for it. For release 1, this will be automatically available with the option to opt out. And for release 2, the UI uplift for the homepage, the search bar, and the search results, plus the enhanced Workday search becomes the default experience for all customers who sign the UMSA or the Innovation Services Agreement. Note that if you decide to opt in, but you have not signed the Innovation Services Agreement or the UMSA, it will still render the new UI, but the AI enhanced search functionality will unfortunately not be included. Workday recently delivered an overview of how the new look and experience will look like alongside Sana. We highly recommend giving it a look. Thanks, Mariette.
Awesome. Thanks, Nestini. So I opened up this webinar with a statement of, evolution that baffles me. But the new UI, it just shows major intent from Workday. The investment made to ensure that your user experience remains your key focus. Now, we're seeing AI features in every single angle of our businesses and interactions, right? Now, then you ask yourself, why does your talent strategy need AI now? And how does this form part of your digital roadmap? Now, by aligning your digital roadmap to your overall AI strategy, you form a long-lasting foundation for a future where AI will become an essential part of your day-to-day business encounters. Retention risk is higher than ever. Skills are evolving faster than organizations can keep up. Traditional HR models are reacting after the fact when talent's already disengaged or leaving. According to the World Economic Forum, 40% of workers are looking to make a change in their first 12 months. And 49% of talent decisions go amiss because of disconnected data. This is where AI changes the game. It gives us predictive and proactive signals to act early, no longer being an isolated decision point. And Workday provides the infrastructure to connect those signals across the employee lifecycle. And today, we're going to show you how to get the best out of AI and in the future. Our focus is on recruitment to retention of our workforce. We're going to look a little deeper at a couple of dimensions you see on screen under each of these pillars shortly. Now, let's pause for a moment and look at the AI foundation of Workday. Where does AI even feature right now, today, in our tenants? Have you guys enabled any of these features in your tenants yet? And if not, the question is more, why not? Why not grab onto opportunities with low effort, high value for your organizations and your teams? With VirtualResource being both a Workday partner and a Workday customer, we experience the value of AI from all angles, and that affords us the ability to understand and meet our clients where they're at on their AI journey. As you can see, a large focus has been placed on the talent lifecycle, and VR will soon be delivering persona-based agents that will shape and shift the way you engage with your talent lifecycle and many more. The game plan here is to enhance your interactions, streamline processes for users, managers alike, ensuring you get the most out of Workday Illuminate capabilities based on your subscriptions and the applicable Workday SKUs that you've got. Agents will be the future of AI, and building a strong foundation with clean, descriptive data will benefit your organization tremendously in the long run as you adopt more features and AI functionality. Let's check out HCM as a start, right? So AI doesn't start with algorithms. It starts with your Workday foundation, and it's only as smart as the info you give it. Skills Cloud. At its core, Workday Skills Cloud helps you clearly understand the skills you already have within your workforce without relying on spreadsheets and surveys and employees manually updating their profiles. It's pretty much saying, hey, let me collect the dots you didn't even know existed. So instead of using static job profiles or titles and proxy for skills, Skills Cloud builds a living, dynamic skills profile for every worker. It's continuously learning from roles, experience, learning activity, movement across the organization. Maybe a useful way to think about this. Skills Cloud is a real-time skills intelligence layer across your organization. As employees complete their learning, they move about in roles and they take on new projects, their skill profiles are updating automatically in the background. And importantly, you don't need a massive skills data cleanup to see the value. The system improves and becomes smarter simply by people working and learning in Workday. What would enable this real shift? It's going from managing jobs and job titles to managing capabilities and potential. That's the foundation. It's trusted, continuously evolving, and skills and data are no longer an annual guessing game. Like hop over to the other side of your screen and we start looking at the Manager Insights Hub. This is turning insight into action. Now, once you've got all these rich skills and workforce data, your next question will be, how do we show this to the manager? What happens? And that's where Workday Manager Insight Hub comes in. It gives managers a clear and real-time view of what's happening in their teams, pulling together performance signals, engagement, workload, development needs, all in a single experience. It's pretty much Workday tapping the manager and going, hey, you might just want to have a look at this. Key shift. Managers don't need more reports. They just need clearer decisions. Insights are pushed to managers automatically. They don't have to dig through dashboards or maybe wait for HR to flag the issues. AI highlights risks and opportunities early, before they escalate into a performance or attritional burnout problem even. Maybe we frame it like this. What if managers were alerted to risks and opportunities before HR even gets involved? Each insight explains why it matters, what action needs to happen next, whether it's a development conversation, workload adjustment, retention focus check-in perhaps. Together, Skills Cloud provides the intelligence and the Manager Insight Hub turns that intelligence into timely, everyday action at the front line of your business. Now, getting the right talent on board plays a massive role, and that's why our recruiters, our managers, our different personas. Let me hand over to Stini with a bit of AI functionality in this space.
So let's discuss some examples in the talent acquisition space where Workday is already leveraging AI to lighten the load on recruiters. As you all know, creating high-quality job descriptions on job profiles is critical for clearly defining roles within an organization. However, developing effective job descriptions can be complex and time-consuming, often resulting in content that becomes outdated and inconsistent. Recruiters can now use AI in Workday to generate job descriptions on job requisitions or job profiles. So let's think of a practical example. If a recruiter wants to create a job profile for a sales rep, AI will generate a general job profile description for a sales rep using the job profile name, the company name, and the user's preferred language. This is the initial foundation and still needs some human intervention to finalize it, as every organization has a unique approach to their job architecture. The recruiter will need to tailor the description to fit your organization's needs and requirements. But this is a starting point, and it eliminates the huge amount of text that recruiters need to create from scratch. saving them time and saving them effort and allowing them to focus on the moments that matter. If this is used responsibly, it's reviewed and refined, it can be a co-pilot for recruiters and assist them in creating accurately aligned job profiles to your organization's architecture. But now you might ask, what about development items? Well, Workday also introduced AI for development items. Think of AI-generated development items as a career co-pilot, suggesting next steps, not taking over the controls. In both Career Hub and Managers Insights Hub, AI assistance is available in drafting the additional details field. Before generating AI content for the additional details field on development items, users must specify 1 to 3 skills to develop. The employee can then go and enter their own content in the field and then use AI to modify it. For example, make it more specific to their organization, their role, or maybe an upcoming project. Once AI generated the content, the employee can go and edit it before saving it to the development item. Again, as we mentioned before, this is a starting point and still needs some efforts from employees and managers to create detailed, structured, and actionable development items aligned with the individual's career goals. It's not telling employees what to become, it's helping them to figure out how to get there. Let's think of another practical example. If I, for example, indicated in Workday that I want to develop a skill of baking, AI might suggest some training at the fancy pastry school, but my department might not have the necessary budget to send me on the training. So this development item then would need some rework to fit your organization's budget and framework. What AI is really doing here is removing the friction from development planning. It looks at the employee's skills, their role, and their aspirations, and then suggests clear, relevant development items as a starting point. This can save time, improve consistency, and give managers more confidence in the guidance they're giving without having to be career coaches by trade. But I think most importantly, it keeps development continuous and aligned to what the business actually needs and not just what sounds good on paper. So AI is here to stay and it's evolving all the time. The focus should be how we can learn how to work with AI. AI is very good in generating large amount of content. And in Workday, a lot of that capability shows up across the talent space. It gives us a strong starting point, but it's important to understand what AI does well and where human judgment is still needed. Because in the end of the day, the accountability and the final decision still sits with us. So how about some AI in learning? Over to you, Ulrika.
Thanks, Tini. So how does AI currently elevate the Workday learning experience? Machine learning is built right in. Workday delivers personal learning recommendations right in the flow of work. And it surfaces these recommendations in a few key ways. The skills development worklet generates recommendations on the learner's dashboard relevant to their saved skills interests. Recommended for you provides learners personalized learning recommendations based on their learning history and the learning history of workers with a similar profile. And then related content recommendations displays content that might contain material from the same subject as the learning content currently being viewed by the learner. Workday's broader AI and Skills Cloud capabilities feed into learning by identifying skills gaps and opportunities and recommending relevant learning to close those gaps. This helps learning align with workforce needs. All these insights are powered by a combination of different signals, like the worklist profile, things like skills and job role, content level tags, and each user's learning history. But for now, let's shift on to how Gen AI enhances Workday learning. Gen AI makes it incredibly easy to create polished and professional learning content descriptions when using the AI-generated learning content description feature. It not only improves quality and consistency across your entire learning catalog, but it also saves administrators a significant amount of time. No more manually rewriting or reformatting descriptions. Now, if you've ever worked in learning, you would know that better descriptions don't just look good. They boost learner engagement, they help learners quickly understand the value of the content, and even improve search and recommendation results thanks to the clearer tagging and the structure in your tenant. Another functionality, AI summarization of content feedback, helps you to surface the most valuable content, quickly categorize that feedback, and gain actionable insights to improve your learning content. I guess in short, Workday's AI and Gen AI capabilities work together to deliver smarter recommendations, clearer content, and a more intuitive learning experience for everyone. Over to Stini for a quick poll.
Thanks, Ulrike. So everyone, let's get interactive and head into this quick poll. Can you please grab your mobile phones and scan the QR code? This is completely anonymous, and we would love to see your feedback. This isn't a maturity test. It's a temperature check. Wherever you are today is perfectly valid starting point. So the question we have for you is, how effectively does your organization currently leverage AI or advanced analytics to manage and develop talent? We will give you some time to quickly scan the code and answer. We can already see some people scan the code. So we can see that there's clients already stating that they are using AI extensively. It tells us that some of you are already seeing value from AI in talent decisions. The real question at this stage becomes sustainability. Are those insights consistent, trusted, and scalable as your organization evolves? That is where the strong Workday foundation really starts to matter. Then there are clients that are experimenting with AI. This is actually the most common place organizations sit. Lots of pilots, some quick wins, but not always repeatable results. The inconsistent outcomes are usually a signal that the foundations, the data, job structures, skills, and processes aren't quite there yet. Then I can see that we also have clients that indicated that they don't use AI or analytics at all. And you are definitely not alone. The good news is that Workday already gives you a head start. You don't need to jump straight into advanced AI. You need to get the basics right so that AI can work for you when you are ready. Now, you might ask, how can AI work for me? Well, there are many ways to satisfy the requirements from different personas in your business. Ulrike, will you please give us a view of that, please?
Thanks, Stini, and you're absolutely correct. All of these tools are right at our fingertips. But before I head into chatting about the overall agent experience and how it forms part of our process flow and even user experiences, let's check out our first demo, showcasing our very own manager assistant agent, built by Incubane using Flowise. It's an intelligent, seamless, game-changing experience you won't want to miss. I am sure many of you have attended some of Incubane's epic jam-packed webinars, but for those in the audience not familiar with Incubane, they are a company powered by VR, working closely with Workday, Sana, and Flowise to create specialized apps, a combo that creates great excitement in our world. To make sure everything runs smoothly and that we stay within our tight time window today, We've gone with a pre-recorded demo. No glitches, no delays, just pure uninterrupted awesomeness. And trust me, this demo is simply too good to risk anything getting in the way. So let's jump in.
The Manager Assistant Agent is a revolutionary tool that enables managers to complete various tasks and processes through a guided interface. Today, I'll demonstrate the job requisition process. However, this agent also supports job changes, performance reviews, and much more. Let's begin by creating a job requisition. The agent is fully integrated into Microsoft Teams and Workday, making it seamless for managers to work within their familiar environments. You can configure the agent to follow the specific rules and parameters established for your organization's processes in Workday. As a large language model, the agent doesn't require you to enter complete requests. You can simply use an abbreviation, and the agent will automatically recognize it and begin asking the relevant questions to initiate the process. For this demonstration, let's select New Position Approved. For the job posting title, I'll enter Workday Consultant. The agent will automatically generate a job description, which you can easily refine. Since we've connected our agent to a GMS tenant, the output will be somewhat limited. We strongly recommend that the more detailed and comprehensive your job architecture data is in Workday, the better the quality of the generated output will be. In this example, I'd like to add specific requirements. Let's include the need for Workday HCM and reporting certifications, as well as stakeholder engagement and requirements gathering skills. Within seconds, the agent renders the revised job description, incorporating the additional information. You can see here that it now includes the Workday HCM and reporting certifications, along with stakeholder engagement and requirements gathering skills. Moving forward, we'll enter the necessary dates. The system requests a specific format, but you can actually enter dates in any format you prefer, and the agent will automatically interpret it correctly. Let's enter November 1st, 2025 as the start date and December 1st as the target hire date. Now, because we're connected to the GMS tenant, you'll notice a limited drop-down menu for job profiles. To continue with our demonstration, I'll select the Admin Assistant profile. Next, the system requires us to specify a location for this position. I'll choose Atlanta. The agent will now generate the complete requisition summary. We can now proceed to submit the job requisition to Workday, where it will be processed through the API. As the system renders the final output, it commits this job requisition to your Workday instance. You're now ready to start a new process from the beginning.
So agents, right? Agents. This term is everywhere right now. It's become one of the biggest buzzwords in tech across the entire industry. And now with Workday bringing Flowwise and Sana into the picture, we've entered a whole new level of possibility. We can build our own smart digital helpers using intuitive drag and drop building blocks. And these agents don't just follow instruction. They understand what's happening, they decide what needs to be done, and they take action automatically. It's like having a digital teammate who never sleeps, never forgets, and is always just that one step ahead. In just a moment, we'll show you another demo so that you can see exactly how effortlessly this works. But first, I want to give you a sneak peek at some of the talent lifecycle agents that are already transforming how teams hire, develop, and even support their people. So here's a glimpse into the future of agentic-driven talent lifecycles. this is where the magic really happens. What you're seeing here is the future state of agent-driven talent experiences and how Workday native agents come together with powerful innovations from VirtualResource and Incubane to transform the entire talent lifecycle. In purple, we highlight where VR and Incubane truly make waves, creating intelligent agents and apps that elevate, streamline, and amplify the end-to-end experience for users. And in blue, you'll see Workday's built-in agent capabilities. And together they create an ecosystem of smart, proactive, always-on digital assistants that supercharge talent management. A few examples of VR and Incubane agents is the manager assistant, which you've just seen. You've probably seen that it unlocks a whole new manager experience, from initiating job recs to prepping for interviews to answering complex policy questions. This agent brings the full power of Workday and your data into one seamless conversation for every manager. And this is just the beginning. So often, companies miss out on game-changing opportunities simply because talent insights and feedback don't receive the attention or the prioritization they deserve. And these agents can change that by automatically surfacing insights, guiding actions, and ensuring nothing slips through the cracks. Another example is the Grow agent, an agent that empowers employees to become their best. It acts like a personal AI coach, supporting day-to-day performance development and learning so that every employee can continuously grow and even thrive. And Workday also brings powerful agents into the mix, like the contingent sourcing agent. It accelerates time to fill for contingent roles by automating sourcing and connecting the right talent quickly. And then the continuity agent provides predictive successes for direct reports right inside of teams. Now, this one does require a hired score license, but it brings succession planning directly into the point of work. Now for our next demo. I'm excited to show you another agent built by Incubane, the Grow agent, so that you can see exactly how these agentic experiences come to life.
My name is Rick, I'm managing partner at Incubane, and today I will show you Flowise and how it can work together with Workday. So this is the interface of Flowise. It's a very easy way to build agents, so you can use drag and drop functionality similar to this. And today we won't focus on the build, but we will show you one of our solutions, which is the Grow agent. So I can here open the chat, and I have some standard prompts, but let me start with a new one. I want to increase brand awareness via LinkedIn by posting on Workday innovation topics. What happens now is a goal creator agent is called, which is connected to OpenAI in this case, but it can connect to any large language model, also your company's internal large language model. And it's now asking me a question to refine the goal. So what is my target audience and what specific actions do you want to take after engaging with your post? So I will say target market is HRES managers, and actions should be focused on motivating them to innovate with Workday. And you can see I make some errors in my spelling, but that doesn't matter because large language models understand what I mean. And now it's going to refine the goal, and it's asking me for permission to actually post it. So boost brand awareness among HRES managers on LinkedIn. Very concrete with how am I going to measure success, gaining 200 followers, even including a clear deadline. And I say, okay, this works for me. I can include some refinements, but in this case, I'm happy with the goal and I'm going to say submit. And now this agent actually uses a combination of a large language model and Workday APIs to post this in Workday. So I should now be able to copy this. So let me just, or to find it, let me just copy the title so that I can find it among all our test data. So I'm going to refresh the page, and then you will see that the agent actually already posted this goal in Workday. So you see here, boost brand awareness among HRIS managers. You also see the due date, and I can also see all the details here, including the deadlines and everything that we just shown. So very simple and very quick, but let's continue the demonstration. So now it's asking me, do you need any other support? And it offers me coaching, some support with learning, finding a mentor. So let's say I'm going to give me some useful course. And now the cool thing is the supervisor determines which agent should be next. And in this case, it's routing it to an L&D agent who can browse the Workday course library and Workday Learning. So it's actually crossing different modules. And within the GMS tenant, it's now looking at all the courses that are in GMS to find which course might be most suitable to help me with achieving my goal. So it's not restricted to any module. It can cross over from HCM to learning to talent to any other area. And you see that it's finding several courses, a marketing masterclass, networking organizations, some presentation skills, and it's actually recommending me the marketing masterclass. And it's also found a course offering, March 10th, 25 spots available. Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. Of course, I can give feedback, right? And then it will loop it back to the L&D agent. But in this case, it's confirmed enrollment. And it's now asking me, do you want any other support? Well, let's go with give me some good coaching. And now it's actually looping back again to the supervisor who, of course, identified, okay, well, then the next person should be the coaching agent. And it's actually suggesting me different ways of what I can do with coaching. So you see a 6-week plan engagement strategy, a content calendar creation, trying something with LinkedIn polls, all great suggestions. I'm going to go with its recommendation of content calendar creation. And now you see it will route to a coaching orchestrator agent who determines who is the best coach to help Rick. And as you can see, we have many different coaches. All of them are specialized and trained on specific data. So you see soft skills, but you also see UX, data analytics, AI and automation. And of course, you can train your own coaches within your organization, within your industry, and use your own data to determine how you need to coach. And it's now actually creating a coaching plan. And that coaching plan, I asked it to store it both in Google Drive to also showcase it's not only connected with Workday, and of course it will also create it in Workday as well. And to me, this is the most exciting feature that we've built because you can see you can do massive coaching with highly specialized agents on a scale like we've never seen before. And of course, now it's creating the coaching plan, but it can also help you with follow-up and continuously engage with you to say, Rick, you said you would work on your content calendar. How is that going, right? And as you see, it's now completed. So if I now refresh my Google Drive, you see here the content calendar for LinkedIn posts on Workday Innovation, right? And as you can see in the time, it's just created. The formatting will still need some work, right? But in principle, you can create a very interesting coaching plan here. But it also connects it back to our Workday Extend app that we built, which helps with creating new. So here you see the content calendar for LinkedIn posts on Workday Innovation, and I can view the coaching plan. It relates it back to the goal. It finds a summary, and so very easy to work with. I can add some notes, I can edit items, but of course the agent can later on use this again to also make some recommendations. It's now asking me, do I want to make a note? It's basically saying I'm currently working on developing a content calendar focused on Workday innovation. For now, let's skip making that comment in the essence of time. And it's now going to ask me again, do I want any other support? Finding courses, more support from a mentor. Let's find me a suitable mentor. And it will go back to the goal agent supervisor. Let me scroll back here. And you see it already routed it to the connector agent. The connector agent can access anyone within GMS to see what kind of people would be potential good mentors for me in achieving this goal of becoming the next best LinkedIn influencer. And you can see it found 3 potential mentors. So you see Alana, who is a consultant. You see Bram, who's a senior manager at marketing communications, and Adrian, who's also marketing communications. And Bram and Adrian are actually the recommendations. And I will say, yes, please introduce me to Bram. And now it will actually create a draft for me. So you see it's now creating a draft in Gmail, but of course it can connect to Outlook, it can work with Slack, it can basically work with anything that has an API. And if I now refresh my drafts, of course it could also send it, right? But for now I said, well, please just create me a draft. And then I see, hey, hi Bram, I hope this message finds you well. And I'm currently focusing on LinkedIn brand awareness. Super simple, right? And this agent is something that we've built in a couple of weeks, but there's so much more that you can do with this technology. And just imagine every employee in your organization has an army of AI agents who understands what you want to achieve, what you've already done, and is constantly helping you to further drive you in achieving your goals. I think this is the next big thing that will happen in HR technology, and I'm incredibly excited to work together with Flowise on this. I hope you enjoyed this demo. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Incubane, and my name is Rick.
Okay, time for just another poll here. So while you guys are scanning the QR, I guess you're amazed. I am. And these agents you see today came from a list of agents that we actually had the option to select from, which was a little bit of a difficult one. But how about we head into the next poll? We want to know how many of you have a defined roadmap that incorporates your AI today. This one is about direction. It's not about perfection. And it'll be great to see your responses. I'll give it a second just before I pull over the Menti stats. Hoping you've got your phones ready. Okay. Now, if you're part of the audience, raising your hand as, hey, fully implemented, which we're not seeing just yet, but fully implemented, actively driving results, cool, strong position to be in. But now, there are organizations where the initiatives are in progress and it's just not fully integrated as yet. So this is where a lot of our organizations find themselves. Good ideas, good tools, but we just not joined it up as a story as yet. Without a clear roadmap, AI can quickly become a collection of disconnected features instead of a strategic capability. If you're part of an organization where, hey, we're planning, but we've just not started yet, this is cool. And it's actually a great place to be at because you still have the opportunity to design things intentionally rather than fixing things later. Getting your Workday foundation right early makes every single bit of an AI decision easier in future. If you haven't embedded AI as part of your roadmap just yet, it's completely valid. And for some organizations, the focus right now is stability and optimization. What we're seeing, though, is that AI is quickly becoming embedded in standard Workday functionality. So having the right foundation keeps your options open. The key takeaway here is that having clarity on where you are today is your first step. It's about the clarity, the readiness, the data, and how it all fits into your everyday processes. Let's do this. So, the results are always fascinating. No client is ever the same. And we often see how some clients will jump at every single AI opportunity. Others might take a bit more of a cautious approach to AI. But now you ask, why the digital roadmap? In business, we hear about planning your roadmap and getting it signed off, communicating a roadmap. But why is this such a big focus? A roadmap is to be created to take you from a fragmented and unreliable results to a fully connected and predictable view. Now, that's where AI needs the good data to render the good results. With our experience, we found that planning and adoption with your AI functionality, creating that clean data approach and defining your business goals can save your managers more than 300 hours and your recruiters more than 600 hours. Now at VR, we've worked with organizations with over 100,000 headcount across 80 more plus countries to define that roadmap and to realize the productivity gains across their full Workday landscape. By creating an optimized persona-based experience with a build rather than buy strategy is at the forefront of our engagement. The desired outcome is to experience a fully connected lifecycle for your workforce, regardless of their level. With a well-defined roadmap, you can easily see 30-40% productivity gains across your talent operations, no longer experiencing that fragmented or manual approach that traps your time in low-value work. Now, as we get closer to wrapping up, we've got 3 takeaways that we want you to keep in mind when you're thinking about agentic AI across your talent lifecycle. First of all, be intentional about your AI strategy. Decide where it makes sense to build rather than buy. Set clear priorities and anchor everything to a defined digital roadmap. AI delivers the most value when it's aligned to your real business outcomes, not when it's implemented in isolation. Secondly, design with your people in mind. Start with personas, candidates, employees, managers, HR, and be realistic about the data needed to support them. Agentic AI is only as effective as the quality and accuracy of the data it needs to work with. And then finally, and this is where the value really shows up, organizations with a well-defined digital roadmap unlocking the 30-40% digital gains by using AI in a focused, intentional way. And it's not just efficiency, it's better decisions, better experiences, better outcomes across talent. The message is quite simple. Start with clarity, design thoughtfully, and let AI work where it adds the most value, with humans still firmly in control. If your AI foundation is a little bit shaky, AI will amplify the problem, not solve it. Now that's a wrap, and I'm going to ask Ulrika to maybe give us a quick view of upcoming webinars.
Thanks, Marie. So VR is continuously expanding and adding new high-impact webinars to the list throughout 2026, each designed to support key moments in your digital journey. Coming up next, on the 25th of March to be exact, is introducing Workday Data Cloud and Clean, Incubane's powerful data quality product for Workday. And that's only the beginning. We have even more exciting sessions coming your way. Be sure to follow us on LinkedIn to stay up to date with all our upcoming events and announcements. You can now simply scan the QR code and save your spot. We'd love to have you join us.
So even AI needs feedback loops, and so do we. Scan the QR code and rate today's session. Tell us if we hit the mark. It's quick and it helps us keep improving. Thank you so much for your time, everyone. We have been checking the live Q&A, and we will be popping answers to the audience after the session. If there's any more questions, nothing currently. You're also welcome to connect via LinkedIn or check out our website. It was so lovely to have all of you here today, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, everybody. It was good to have you here. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.